We're very excited to have you guys here. This is a big webinar for us. We have about over 220 people registered. I think we'll get about 100 people showing up. It's usually kind of the way it is. Um, I would like you to please move your mouse, bring it to the bottom of your screen to the left of that green share button. And as teachers, it's like, oh my God, which one's my left? Go to the left of the share screen button. It's your chat box. Click on it. You already know what you're doing. You guys are already telling me, where are you from? I got somebody from Arnold, Maryland, Savannah, Georgia, Kirkland, Washington, Anaheim, Florida, Lawrence, Kansas, Dallas. Dallas only needs one name. It is so big. It doesn't even need a state. Seal Beach, California, New Jersey, and New Jersey doesn't even need a city. It is just an entity all of itself. We got people from Ontario, Canada, Calgary, Canada, Vegas. Like,
Atlanta. Yeah.
what is Vegas like now? Okay, so we got a lot to talk about, and we've got amazing
I know, a
women that are
ton
going
of
to
people.
share with you. I'm sorry I have no guys, but it's all chicks. We have Abbie Appel with us. She's the owner and CEO of Abbiefit Consulting, Appel Programming Solutions. She's the program director for Fitspace Studios. She's an award-winning educator. She develops programming for like everybody. Okay, we've got Liz Morrison here. I want you to listen to her. She's got a degree in marketing and business, and she specializes in branding, and she's a marketing strategist. She's also a designer. She teaches fitness and wellness, so she has a specialty within our industry, which is so cool. She wants you to learn how to market, make more money, save time while doing it. I love all those three things. Maybe not in that order, but I do love all those three things. And then we've got Jessica Maurer, who finds a passion in fitness education, and she concentrates her energy in program development and social media. She's the social media and online director for guess what company? Yes, SCW, and she does all these wonderful people. She's fabulous. And Jessica's going to give you all the tips and tricks from every mistake SCW's ever made, and you guys are going to learn from it. So the thing we're going to try to do is dive into all things Instagram. We're doing a whole social media series because I got to tell you, because of this pandemic, everything is accelerating with technology. Everything is accelerating, and social media has just exploded. And we're going to do a social media a webinar today. We're doing another one next week. We're doing another one the week after. Things change that rapidly. We're going to focus on Instagram this week. Then we're going to focus on Facebook. We're going to focus on LinkedIn. And if I'm not permanently kicked off Twitter, we'll do Twitter. Okay. Bad political jokes. So sorry. I'm throwing the questions out. How do I create or convert my account to an Instagram business account? I'm going to add on to this. Jessica, I'm coming to you first. Mm-hmm. Why do I want an Instagram business account?
Oh, I think that's the really important question. So you can change your account on Instagram through settings. So if you go to open up Instagram, click on your profile and click on the settings cog, you'll be able to change your account from a personal account to a business account or even a content creator account. Both of these, businesses account and content creator account, will allow you to see insights into who's actually clicking on your post, watching your post, who's following you in terms of demographics. So where they live, are they male or female? What times are they on Instagram? Which is super important for you to know that if all of your clients are on Mondays at noon, guess what? You need to be on Mondays at noon. So it's going to give you some really easy insights for you to be able to strategically start planning your social media.
Excellent. Liz, what do you think about Instagram business accounts?
I definitely recommend everyone to have a business account for the insights. Like Jessica said, you can see all the data from the people your audience who are watching you. And it also will give you insights into not just the time of day or the location where they're coming from, but how your content that you're sharing is performing. So if you're getting a lot of shares or saves, which are the two hottest engagement metrics right now. And so that way you can really learn what your audience is enjoying, and you can spend more time creating that style of content. You can also have a contact button in your profile when you do have a business account. So it's easy for people to send you a message or an email, and also have your industry in your bio. So
Oh,
it's
that's
really cool.
great.
Mhm.
Now, Abbie, I think you are your business. Am I correct in that? Do you have two separate accounts
No, I
for
did.
individual?
I did. Yeah. So let me tell you really fast. The reason I have two accounts is unfortunately one of them got hacked. So my original account got hacked. And so my husband, as sweet as he is, he worked with, a tech guy who went in and fished my account back out. He got my account back. So in the process, I had
Wow.
a second. He did. I'm telling you, he went big and it snatched it out of, the abyss. And so that's why I have two accounts. I just haven't gone in to delete the other one, which I should. But so I really have one account, and it's a business account.
Okay, so you went business account. We got a good question that says, I only have a personal Instagram account. Should I create a business account that's separate and unique? Should I have two accounts? I'll tell you, I have two accounts. I have a business one and I have a personal one. And I like that because I can post stuff about my dog and whatever I want to on my personal account. And then I can promote and kind of navigate a little bit more and drive a little bit more of my business. Jessica, what do you think of that?
I agree. I think that for most of us, we need to have business accounts for that performance tracking, to be able to see what's actually working, what are people actually interacting with. And for the most part, keep your personal part personal. That's where you can go on and talk about your kids, and if you're traveling, and what you think about the political state or the religious state of the world. Like, you do that on your personal. Don't do that on your business, where you're trying to get target market and clients into your world. Keep them separate. So if you have two accounts, you're able to really be authentically true to your personal self, and then be authentically true to your business self.
But I would tell you guys, whenever we have a job applicant, we go in and we look at their business account, but we look at their personal stuff. So don't think it's staying within your family members. I mean, you would not believe the things we found out about people that we were lucky enough not to hire. We found out like a child molester was going to be our event coordinator at one point. They're not, so don't worry about that.
Oh no.
But people find out things. They find out things. So be careful with what you do. Now, how should my content vary on Instagram versus Facebook versus LinkedIn? Liz, what do you think about that?
So LinkedIn is a professional network, as we all know. And so I think that's a great place to share industry news, education, value, tips, that sort of thing, where someone can come in and learn and get a pulse on the industry. I think Instagram is really good for creating community. You can do your Instagram stories. It's like you're maybe documenting your day, showing a little behind the scenes of not just you as a fitness professional, but also just as a human, what you're doing, what you're eating, where you're going. And also, you have a lot more fun ways to create content on Instagram. And then Facebook, I think, is really powerful for creating your own community. So you can create Facebook groups on Facebook. And that is something that I would really recommend if you have a nice client base or a membership, where you can load those people in there and start curating your own community and serving them in a more exclusive way than maybe your public audience might get. So that's a way to kind of create that community for free as well.
Now, not to leave that question, because I want to get some more answers on that. But Haley actually asked, what about business account versus a creator account? Is there a difference? Jessica, you're nodding. Can you talk about that for a second?
Sure, there is a difference. So they created the creator account because Instagram is notorious for having influencers, people who get famous for posting their day-to-day activities, or they're sponsored by certain companies. Their face and their influence is their business, but they're not technically a business. Like, they don't have a brick and mortar, they don't have a website, they're not actually selling their services, they're selling other people's stuff. So content creator was created for that influential type person. So if you're not quite there in your business, you're starting to baby step it into the entrepreneurial world, but you're not quite there yet, content creator is probably the way to go. If you are legit in a business and you're ready to roll, stick with business. It's going to give you so much more insights and availability to be able to boost and sell your advertisements on your posts.
And what is the flexibility of an account? I mean, poor Abbie got her Instagram, like, you know, snatched, but what's, if I start on at a personal level, can I migrate easily to the creator and then migrate to the business?
You can. Going backwards is much harder. Going forwards is much easier. But going from like a business account and then stepping down to a personal is a bit more complex now. It used to be super easy in 2019. It's not anymore. So you can always go forward. Taking steps back might be a little bit more difficult. Okay. And you can find all this in settings. So if you log into Instagram, go to your profile, go to settings for Robin, who was asking, you'll be able to see what kind of account you have there.
To add on to that quickly, when you go from personal to business, of course, that will begin the moment it starts tracking analytics and data. When you go from business back to personal, you lose it all. And then if you were like, oh no, I want the data again, and you go back to business, it starts over again. So all your previous analytics history will not be available. So I would recommend once you transfer from personal to business, you stay like that so you can get your history as well.
And Abbie, why did you choose a business account instead of doing the personal account? Like, was it by accident, or did you intentionally say, all right, I better step this up?
That was part of it. And I also recognized that it really was a business account. I mean, what I was posting was all, there were very little, I mean, I really don't post a lot of personal stuff, just, you know, speaking to what you were mentioning a moment ago, there are some fun little personal things that you might want to post, but you just don't want to get too deep into your life on social media. I say that all the time. You don't want to get too political, whether it's a personal account or a business account, because people see both and they can see both back together. So I got it. And then also the analytics. And I think that was a big piece of it. I wanted to see the inside. I wanted to see how many people not only were following me, but how many people, when I posted something, they would share it. And then they would save it, who was doing that. And then which posts got the most feedback. So who was saving, and I've noticed and it took me a while to figure it out. I'm like, oh, now I see. So it was an epiphany.
And you learned it by playing around in it.
Yeah. Most of it. I mean, I'm learning stuff. I'm learning stuff from Jessica and Liz, you know, with everybody else. I just know what works for me. And I, you know, I look at it, you know, all of the time that I invest in my Instagram page, in my posts, like how much money am I getting back from it? How much residual income? I mean, it's crazy. How much connection am I making with people? Who likes what I'm doing? So all that stuff, you know, it's my time. So it all matters.
And there's a really good question in the chat that kind of rolled up, but I want to make sure to address it because I always am confused by this. If you have an Instagram account and you have a Facebook account, should you be posting the same content on each, or switch it up depending on the platform? And then as well as Twitter account, what kind of content would you post on each? Now, remember, we're doing a whole webinar on Facebook. We're doing a whole webinar on LinkedIn. So it's coming up. But Liz, how would you balance out what you're going to post on Instagram versus Facebook? I know you said you want to stay more business, professional oriented on LinkedIn, especially with the images. But if things are appropriate in both spaces, would you post both?
Everyone is different. I personally am not opposed to sharing similar content. I might stagger it out, or switch up the messaging a little bit. And if I am sharing an image, I would not post a square, but I might post an image or a graphic that's more formatted for Facebook. But also you can ask more questions and have conversations. Facebook, based on my experience, people love to comment back and forth and have more conversations, share links and comments. So I think that's a good opportunity to have some community conversations there. And then in regards to Twitter, keeping it really short and sweet. really just bite-sized, quick thoughts, nothing too long because it's only a limited amount of space.
That's great information. Abbie, do you ever post the same things on Facebook and Twitter? I mean, Facebook and
Ye-
Instagram?
Yeah, so on my personal Facebook page, I do, but what I've got to do, it's very interesting because they don't transfer, but they don't connect with each other. My business Instagram page connects with my business Facebook page, but the posts are a little bit different because you can't post multiple videos on Facebook, and you guys might correct me if I'm wrong about that. So you can't post them all in the same post, and they won't connect if there are multiple videos in your Instagram video. So I have to go in, like I'll take what I'll do, I'll make it simple on myself. I copy and paste it. You guys are like, that's way challenging. But I copy and paste it and I post it on Facebook probably within, 60 seconds, but it ends up being only one of the videos of all of the 4 or 5 that I post on Instagram. Now, what I'll do, because Facebook personal, I'll go in there because I've got so many friends on the Facebook personal page, and that's where I started. So I've got so many friends there that, are people that I've worked with. So I post all my stuff there as well.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
You're so right, though. Copy and paste is the way to go.
Yeah, I'm like, copy and paste. Go and before you post it, just copy and paste it. I was going to mention one more thing too. Can I say one more thing?
Oh, absolutely.
One more thing, and you might be getting into this, but one big reason I went to a business page with Instagram was also that I could promote my my workshops. That was quick. I was like, promote, and like for $25, for $30, for $50, and you can also target your demographics. So I can choose all women. I can choose all women that are in fitness industry, all women that are in Canada. I mean, whatever I want. So I can choose my demographics, and I can send, and they'll receive it, and then I can also see the analytics of those promotions and which ones worked and which ones didn't.
And you have to share with us how you do all those videos. I think it's kind of hysterical, but it's because I love you that I can
Well,
you gotta
I'm
tell
like, I
people.
know people are like, this is my workout look. But when I shoot most of those videos, most of them, that's not my natural. My hair is done. I might pull it back a little bit. I've got lipstick on. So I've got like maybe a couple of outfits. Maybe I plan 1 hour. It could be on Sunday. Listen, hour on Sunday. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But I'm like, I go down to my fitness center. I go, across town to the gym, and I have in my head already what I'm going to post. So then I shoot the video. I shoot one long video because the last thing you want to do is stop and start. So I shoot one long video, and then I go and I edit the video into little clips and chunks. If you saw the outtakes, you would totally crack up because there's a lot of swearing going on in those outtakes. So I cut them into pieces, and then I post them that way.
Oh, that's great. Jessica, and I kind of cut you off. I apologize for that. Instagram, videos, the difference of posting on Instagram and posting on Facebook.
You got it. So add to Abbie's point, you can do a lot of videos in one post or a carousel post on Instagram. And that is what we're seeing a lot of interaction on right now, are carousel posts where you're putting multiple videos or multiple pictures or an accommodation of both videos and photos. But you can't do that on Facebook. On Facebook, the video trumps. But here's what we see on the back end. Instagram people are more likely to watch short videos. Like to Abbie's point, they like 30 seconds. You got to get them in the first 15 or they move on, and they'll swipe, no problem. Facebook, you can actually post longer content pieces and they'll watch on Facebook. So 3 to 5 minute videos are really popular on Facebook, whereas they're not going to be as popular on Instagram because they have to watch them through IGTV. Most people find that very complicated and they don't want to have anything to do with it. So short little snippets on Instagram, and then Facebook, you can have longer videos, longer pieces of content over there. The other big thing that we have to keep in mind that's different between Instagram and Facebook is that Instagram does not allow links. So you can't put, hey, go see my blog post, go see this article I just wrote, go see how I was just featured in the magazine. That doesn't work on Instagram, but it does on Facebook. And for the most part, if you put the link in your caption on Facebook, people will interact with it more. So keep in mind, if you want them to see information or go off of a platform, not going to happen on Instagram.
This is wonderful. Just so you guys all know, this webinar is being recorded. We send out an email tomorrow late in the afternoon that has the recording, so you can hang on to it, go back and rewind, take little notes. It'll really help you. Liz Klingham had a great question. I teach class on Facebook Live to a specific group of people. Can you do that on IGTV, or is it only on Facebook? She feels like Instagram is where people are going, but Facebook has been very easy for my people. Speaking as a marketing person, Liz, I'm going to ask, not Liz Klingham, I'm going to ask you, Liz. Where should she be posting things?
Yeah. So that's really good that you're doing Facebook Lives. I'm curious if it's in a group that you have for clients, or is it on your personal profile? And you can also do Instagram Lives on your Instagram stories. So it would be vertical, like you're propping up your phone, going Instagram Live, and you can kind of do that stream on Instagram while you're doing Facebook Live too. A lot of people do that so they can hit both audiences at the same time. Please explain if we are better to post a story or a post. If that's in regards, I don't know. We'll get to that question in a second.
Well, no, please, let's jump right into stories, because stories are a way, and this is not my expertise, it's your expertise, but stories are a way people get to know you, and they get to see, what you do during the day. And would I be friends with her? And do I want to follow her? And does she have something to share with me? I know, Abbie, you do a lot of stories, but Liz, what's your thought on that?
Yeah, so posts are really nice. Like if someone goes to your profile for the first time, typically they're going to check out your profile picture, read your bio, look at a couple of posts. So those are definitely important to like get a good feel of who you are, what you do. And then they're going to go to Instagram stories and check you out. And that is the best place to be more personal. So while you might have a nice workout picture and a cute outfit posing on your Instagram feed, in your Instagram stories, it's when you can actually talk to them. And a lot of more people are consuming content from Instagram stories instead of scrolling the feeds as much. So you actually can get in front of your people more with stories and allow them to get to know you better as well. So behind the scenes content, what you're doing, what's on your to-do list today, maybe behind the scenes of creating your playlist and giving a little teaser of music you're going to be working out to. And so, yeah, that's how I do use stories. Yeah.
That's really interesting. We did a post actually after one of the webinars where I was, and I am like this every single time. I'm like, I put makeup on, I have earrings on, I'm wearing a top. I am wearing my ski pants on the bottom and my slippers. Okay. It's humiliating. There's my slippers and my ski pants. But I'm going to take a picture after this and I posted. Jessica, you were the one who said it got like
the Zoom mullet. The Zoom mullet was like the most popular post that we did in probably 6 months.
Wow.
Everybody loved to see the Zoom mullet. But to Liz's point, like your profile is where people are coming to figure out if they want to date you. Like they're trying to figure out if they're reading your profile as if they were on an online dating service. And that's where you're going to win them over. But stories is where you get to be a little bit more casual and you get to show them behind the scenes. And it's also where the majority of the time the shares are going to happen. So if you see content, so a great example is I love all of the content Abbie posts and I want to share it to my followers and to SCW's followers or anyone else. I'm going to take what she posted and I'm going to share it into my stories. And then she's going to get a bigger view that way. It's going to give her credit and me credit. So my stories are going to be elevated, but her post is going to be elevated. So it's a great way to work together with other community partners, with other fitness experts in your area that help you produce content and you're not constantly having to create it. You're leaning on others that you are in cohorts with.
Oh, that's great. And Abbie, tell me about your stories.
Yeah, so I think I'm just echoing what, excuse me, what Liz said, that they are a little bit more personal. They're a little bit more fun. I mean, and I have to be honest, I'm not as good with stories as I should be, but I like it because they're only up for 24 hours. So I'm slightly embarrassed of it. It's going to be gone. But yeah, they're just a little bit more playful and personal.
Yeah. And it does get people going.
Travel outfits. There you go. Somebody just posted travel outfits. Thank you, Lee.
and the wine on the airplanes. There you go.
Yes,
That's
in the plastic cup.
the plastic cup. Yeah, slipping up and down with the mask.
Nice.
You can post a story on newsfeed and on Facebook at the same time. Story disappears. However, newsfeed on Facebook stays and it's the same content.
Mhm.
Do you use that, Liz? Do you use newsfeed on Facebook? I mean, I know we're getting into Facebook land.
Yeah, I personally am not a big Facebook user. So that's just my preference. A lot of my audience, they live on Instagram, and I also I dabble on Twitter. I keep my Twitter open all day. I don't always tweet, but I definitely scope. And so yeah, I'm not a big Facebook user, but I think it would be great if that's where your audience lives.
And how did you got to give me the 5-second tour, but how did you get into this? I asked you this before the camera went on.
Oh, okay. So my degree is in business marketing, and then I went to the Savannah College of Art and Design, which is a art and design school, obviously. And so I studied design there. While I was in school, going from college to SCAD, I started bodybuilding. So I was a bikini competitor in PC. I did that for a couple of years. I was nationally qualified. Ended up not being something sustainable for me, but during that time in my life, I was able to work with Optimum Nutrition, BSN Supplements, Oh Yeah Nutrition, which is now One Brands. I worked at the Arnold and the Olympia, got to meet Arnold. It was really awesome. And so through that way, and I did field marketing for those brands. So um, I love it. I studied NASM. I studied my fitness nutrition certification. So I've been involved in the industry heavily for a long time, but I love business and marketing. I have a corporate agency background as well, and I also do my own consulting. So I wanted to figure out, how do I use my skills and my expertise to help serve the fitness and wellness industry, because I feel like a lot of fitness professionals are great at what they do, but there is a lot of marketing and, social branding education that really would be helpful with the industry as a whole.
And Jessica, how did you get involved? How did you become this expert? Jessica has done our keynote presentation. She's been at all our live stream mania. She's got this gift of sharing the education, but also digging deeper into it.
So I got started in 2003. I went to a recording industry school, and Facebook was starting to branch out to small universities with a lot of weird kids. And so we were like the 5th school in the nation to get it. And that's really where it started. Was I left MySpace and Friendster and went over to Facebook, and things kind of exploded from there. I needed to have a website to be able to sell my own services when I was in college for my personal training and master training opportunities I was having. So I taught myself how to build a website. But to Abbie's point, I needed people to know about these workshops, and social media was the best place to kind of get around and notify people of what's happening. Beyond that, I think where my career kind of started to take off is the fact that if you don't like doing these things, delegate it to people who do like it. And I really recommend that if you are one of those fitness professionals who's like, I don't like social media, it stresses me out, I need someone to direct me on what to do, hire someone who actually likes to do it, because we will take it and run, because we do like creating content. We do like cultivating these communities and connections. And if it wasn't for those older people that didn't like to do fitness, social media, that were in the fitness industry, I probably wouldn't be where I was today. I'm not going to name any names, but I'm forever grateful that they didn't like smartphones, and I did.
And it's interesting. I'll tell you, even if you're somebody who likes it, and I enjoy the little, the dabbling in it and the humor of it, it's very efficient. It's very cost effective. I really want to share that with you, because if I look at the exposure that we get and the professionalism with which it's presented. I mean, we have an amazing creative team. Sean Sennigan is our creative director, and Mike Lieber is running our webinar today. He's created our video content. But to be able to place it correctly and make it work. Now, love what you two ladies do, but Abbie, you do it all yourself. You figured it out. You YouTube things to figure out how to do it better on Instagram and Facebook, how to link things. You figured it out. You're laughing.
I have no kids.
Instagram is your child.
I mean,
He has
I
a
hate to say that. I'm
plan.
like, Charlie's my first child. He's over there. My husband. I have no kids. But I got to tell you, I came into this whole social media thing kind of kicking and screaming. I honestly did not want to do it. And I'll tell you who was instrumental for that. Bob Squarey. Nobody knows Bob. Sara knows Bob. You're like, what? He's like, you need to get yourself a handle for blank, blank, and blank right now. And then Instagram just came naturally after that. And it was just, I learned on my own and I realized I had the time to do it. And I just enjoy, you know what it is? Here's the other thing about it. I enjoy it. I like it. I mean, people are like, why do you do? I'm like, I like it. I know I'm helping people. I think I'm helping people out there with the posts that I'm posting. People enjoy it. I enjoy it. I have the time. I mean, I have a little bit of time to do it. And
you've really prioritized it, which is interesting. We got a good question, Liz, that I'd like you to answer. Can you tell us which age group? But Jessica, maybe this is better for you because I think a younger demographic is using more Instagram, but it's all demographics, isn't it, Liz?
Yeah, I would say from college to even, 50s, 60s. And I think they're all on there, but definitely more of probably your young professional 20s to 30s is really on Instagram and with TikTok. And that's probably a bit younger, high school, college. And then when you get into 20s and 30s, it's more Instagram. And a lot of people are even taking their TikToks and posting it on Instagram as Instagram Reels. And so that's been interesting to see too. And I would say probably it's more older people or with families who are on Facebook to stay connected with their families a lot, So I would say those are the different demographics at a high level, of course.
Yeah, but that really at least provides kind of a rainbow of where we should go. Jessica, do you have any more details diving into what groups use which program?
I do. So as Sarah's mentioned before, like I've been speaking on this for a couple of years and I've always been able to say, you know what, Facebook's 50-50. It has half female and half male. And 2020 was the first year that males just dominated Facebook. There are more males on Facebook right now than there are females. And so I've always been also able to say, well, with Instagram, it's all just female driven. And that's not true anymore either. So we've actually seen a lot of females spend the majority of their time on Instagram. The clientele is swinging. Males are starting to move into Instagram at a faster rate than we were originally expecting it to happen over the last couple of years, according to trends. But what we see is that Instagram is still what we call the soccer mom platform. It is that 25 to 35-year-old, 1 to 2 kids, got a minivan, first kind of foray into their own business or into management. And we see them flock to Instagram. And that's where it's the soccer mom platform. That's where you're going to find them.
Oh, that's great. That's great. What Instagram specific tips should I utilize immediately? Abbie.
If you have a business page, the insights immediately. Immediately see what you're posting, see how many people are connecting with you and what is grabbing their attention. Which of your posts, and again, it's all relative based on how many people are following you. And then if you do any promotions, because I know a lot of you guys are teaching your classes online now, and you're trying to get more people, but if you do any promotions, see how many people are attracted to that and why they're attracted to it.
And those insights, that'll also help you. I think, Nicole, you asked, do you have any top tips to grow Facebook groups? We're going to talk about Facebook in a different webinar, but it's figuring out who's on your market and, on your page and at what time. Liz, what specific tips would you recommend people begin to utilize immediately?
So what I would do, which you could do this tonight after the webinar, is go to your profile and do an audit. Make sure your profile picture is your face. We can see you, you're smiling, really get to know you, nothing too far away. So you don't look like a silhouette in a little tiny little picture. Audit your bio. So tell us who you are, what you do, who do you serve. If you have any results you help people get, specifically, for example, I help college athletes gain muscle for max athleticism, a quick little line like that. If you've been featured in any media, you could even drop a little featured in, tag the media, tag your business page, or this would be on your business page, so never mind. And then also, if you have a link for your bio where someone can go to your website, book your classes, if you have a virtual fitness platform that you're using, how they can, actually pay you and work with you, have that in your bio. And then the last thing, start posting content. So the insights won't work if you're not posting. It won't do anything good for you. So make sure you are posting content. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get valuable information and content out there to serve the people, your ideal clients.
And you had some great links on how to schedule your posts.
Yes.
What companies do you use?
So I schedule my content in advance, and this is a great tip for you all, is to spend an hour, kind of like Abbie does with her videos. You can spend an hour writing captions, creating content, getting your pictures together, and then upload those into a tool called Planoly. It's free, and it's a Instagram social content scheduler. So you can put your graphics in there, your videos, your content, or your photos. You can arrange the photos to see how you would like for them to look on your feed. And then you can drag and drop them into the calendar portion of Planoly. You'll see it when you go to their website, and you can schedule your content, pick times, auto schedule. It only will auto post for you if you have a business account. So it won't work if you have a personal account.
Well, that's another good reason to have a business account. So Planoly,
Yes.
Mike Lieber just put it right in the chat box, so you guys have that link right there. And I think, Jessica, you use a different system.
I do. I use Trello. Trello doesn't have a scheduling system because we know from Facebook that Facebook itself really doesn't like it when you use a third party. They're selfish. They want to keep you on their platform. They don't like other people coming in and using their own platform. So because of that, I pre-schedule and look at everything in Trello. That way I can very simply copy, paste, put into Instagram, put into Facebook as it happens.
So
but
I can plan a little more with Planoly. Does it not rate as high, Liz, if you program it, or do you find that you're getting the same level of posting and content interaction?
Yeah, there's no impact if you schedule your content versus post it live, at least from my personal experience. And I've read that's a rumor and not actually true. So it's okay to schedule your content. A lot of people do, a lot of businesses and brands do. I do for everything I do. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Batch your content, batch create, load, schedule, and then you have more time to train your clients or work on your business. Planoly is free for one account. If you need multiple accounts, then you do have to pay for it.
And what about Hootsuite?
Hootsuite is a social scheduler that goes beyond Instagram. So Planoly, you can do Pinterest now, and you can do Instagram. Jessica, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe those are the only two at the moment. Yeah, and then with Hootsuite, you can do all the platforms. So LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I believe you can do Pinterest too, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Yeah.
Sure about Hootsuite.
I think that's really interesting. I heard this, who knows if it's a rumor or not, but I heard the same thing as Jessica, that you shouldn't plan, but no, but it's a point counterpoint. Who knows? Let's
Yeah.
Google it, whatever. Let's figure it out. If it's working for you, the beauty is what you've done is you track things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the takeaway that both of you guys, all three of you, agree with. Abbie plans her stuff. She's got her week planned. She spends 1 hour on Sunday so that, the 40-hour work week, she's got it planned and she can, she knows where she can cut and paste. Yes, she's laughing.
40 hours.
She likes it because she gets to go shopping and wear a new outfit, a different outfit every week. I want to
real. Keep going.
real. And then what, if any, external tools should I use for Instagram sales and marketing? So Jessica, you're kind of nodding.
Yeah. And I want to also answer your last question about like, if there's anything that you can do right now on Instagram. And I think that we need to remember that these are social media platforms. They want you to be social. So get on Instagram and like and comment and share content that you feel speaks to you and your target demographic, because Instagram and the algorithm will reward you for actually using the platform. So when you are liking and commenting and you're interacting with other people, whether that's other business accounts, whether that's us here on the panel, whether that's your clients, Instagram notices that you are actually using the platform and they're going to boost your posts in their algorithm, meaning that people are going to see your content more because you're actually being social on their platform. So my recommendation tonight, go start liking, commenting, and interacting with people on the social platform. Now, in terms of other things that you can use is I do pre-plan everything in Trello so that I can see what it's looking like. I can know this is going out on LinkedIn, this is going out on Facebook, this is going out on Instagram. These are stories. This is the person I need to stalk today in order to share their content. Whatever, I can see it and know my calendar for the day in terms of social media. So I'm pre-planned and I'm not being so reactive. I'm being far more strategic. The other thing that I would recommend is get apps where there are templates already created for you. So things like Canva and Over, Pick, Post, Play, apps that already have easy to use templates for you and your brand is going to save you so much time and effort and energy in creating.
And those, I'm going to ask for those again. Mike Lieber, would you type them in the chat? Oh,
he's on it.
He's already on it. He already posted it. I'll shut up. Go ahead, Jessica.
Well, the Over app is owned by GoDaddy. So it has a lot of resources and stock imagery, just like Canva does, but it's only available on your phone. So you can't actually use it on a desktop. Canva you can use on your app or on a desktop. And then the last one is called Pick, Post, Play, PIC, Pick, Post, Play. And you're able to create collages, create slideshows, create movies, but you're all just using templates. So you're using your beautiful content that you spend an hour filming on Sundays with Abbie in her home studio, and then you're just plugging it into these apps and it's making it beautiful content for you.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right. This is awesome stuff. I'm still going to come back to you guys, but I'm going to show you guys a video real quick. Whenever SEW creates a video, we always keep it under 1 minute. Always. And we try to keep it around 30 seconds because we know that this is what people like to watch and this is what tends to work. So here we go. So that's exciting. We have Live Stream Mania that's coming up February 23rd through 25th. We have these wonderful ladies that are going to be presenting. We've got, what else do we have? Jessica's going to be doing certifications on social media and a separate certification on virtual training that she also worked on with Jeff Howard. And Abbie, of course, is doing our fantastic bar certification and Pilates certification that she's so famous for. And Liz, you're going to be presenting at the convention. Do you remember the sessions you're leading?
So I'm presenting on a session called Easy Social Media content planning for Fit Pros. So that will be on Sunday. And so, yeah, I'm excited to dig deeper into the content planning.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I do want to thank Mike Lieber for doing such a great job posting all these links. You guys copy all these links because they tend to disappear. We'll have the recording available for you tomorrow later afternoon, and we'll put all those links in there, like to Canva and to Trello and all the stuff that you guys wanted to hear. You guys, we are right at 5:46. So I'm going to let you get one sentence to say goodbye to people. I'm going to start with you, Abbie.
Oh, that was so fast. I'm like, all right. Yes, if you guys out there are on Instagram, hopefully you're all on Instagram. I post a ton of content for fitness professionals. That is my demographic. So check it out.
Cool. Jessica.
I don't post a lot of my social media content on social media. I do a lot of consulting behind the scenes instead of in front of the scenes. I am behind the curtain. So if you want to reach out to me, email is the best way to do it, or you can find me on Instagram, JHM Fitness.
Very cool. And Liz?
So my parting words, I just want to give encouragement to everyone here to don't be afraid to post on social, get out there, keep value at top of mind. It can be really intimidating if you're not used to it, but I promise it'll be worth it. And you can follow me on Instagram. That is mainly where I live on social. So it's Liz Ashley ATL. And I have my email contact in there too. So definitely come say hi. And yeah,
Beautiful.
let's follow each other.
Beautiful. Now, I want you to see what I'm really wearing. So I'll take a selfie and I'll post on Instagram. Goodbye. See you all later. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. See you Thursday. We have another webinar on Thursday about videos on Thursday. Okay. See you then.